Let's reflect on aspects of his life then. Mr Kennedy served 32 years in the House of Commons. His political career began actually in the SDP, the Social Democratic Party. He won the Ross Cromarty and Skye seat, as it was, in 1983 to become the youngest MP of the time, aged 24. Some of these pictures you're about to see do contain some flash photography.
Charles Kennedy is duly elected the leader of the Liberal Democrats.
Well, he took over as leader of the Liberal Democrats from Paddy Ashdown in 1999 and delivered this stark message to government.
I don't rule out further cooperation if it's in the interests of Britain, if it's based on our policies and our values, and if it has the consent of our party. But let me emphasise something else just as strongly. Our campaigning on the government's failure on health, education and much else besides isn't going about to let up.
Of course, that assumes the Liberal Democrat leader doesn't go and do anything stupid.
Well, he was certainly known for his sense of humour. Gained the nickname Chat Show Charlie for regular appearances on TV talk shows like this one. Have I Got News for You, Mr Kennedy? He even made a cameo appearance in EastEnders, their Christmas special.
Well, in 2003, he was one of the most vocal critics of the war in Iraq, saying that it was a scandal how the British Prime Minister was less accountable for the invasion than the President of the United States.
The most effective way to rid Saddam of weapons of mass destruction must be to ensure that there's an inspector there to watch the weapons being destroyed. That's far more precise than any aerial bombing campaign. The British Prime Minister is less accountable even than the President of the United States. That is a scandal.
Well, perhaps it was his opposition to the Iraq war, but certainly 2005 represented his high water mark for the party. Best general election result for the Liberal Democrats, winning some 62 seats.
Probably you can always do better, and we all strive to. But I do think that the way in which we put forward our appeal as a party, the policies that we put into the public debate, I think that with a view to the longer term, these have served us very well indeed.
Well, Mr Kennedy resigned the party leadership in 2006 after admitting that he did have issues with alcohol. A warning, these pictures also contain flash photography.
Over the past 18 months, I've been coming to terms with and seeking to cope with a drink problem. And I've come to learn through that process that any drink problem is a serious problem indeed. It's serious for yourself, and it's serious for those round about you. I've sought professional help, and I believe today that this issue is essentially resolved. People close to me know that this has been a struggle, and that for extended periods I've consumed no alcohol at all. As a matter of fact, I haven't had a drink for the past 2 months, and I don't intend to in the future.
Well, he continued to serve as an MP for almost another decade, in fact, until last month's general election, when he, in common with many others in Scotland, lost his seat, a victim of the SNP landslide.
The greatest privilege of my public life over these past 32 years has been to be entrusted with the responsibility of representing this constituency. And that is thanks to a generation and more of voters who have extended that trust to me. And I hope, looking back over those 32 years, they will feel that it was trust well placed. I've always believed in politics, particularly Highland politics. You have to put the people first, even if it means the party second. And I think that that is the independence that guides me, the independence of spirit politically, which has to be in the best Highland tradition. Thank you all very much indeed. Thank you.